Good morning to one and all. My name is Dilleswara. I want to say about iteration statements and past statements. At first, I want to start with iteration statements, and these statements are also known as looping statements. Python supports two looping statements. They are for loop and while loop, and these loops are said to be known as entry control loops. Let's start with it for loop. Python for loop is used for sequential traversal. That means it is used for iterating over an iterable like string, tuple, list, set, or dictionary. Okay. That means it works on string, tuples, list, set, and dictionary. Syntax for loop is for variable in interval followed by block of statements. Let us discuss one example. Consider a string Python programming for I in str print I. That means it prints I for every address. Means if at first I is equals to P and P is printed, and next I is equals to Y and Y is printed. Like that, the content which is there in str is printed. And the second one is while loop. While loop is nothing but it is used to execute a block of statements repeatedly until the given condition is satisfied. The syntax for while loop is while condition and followed by a block of statements. Let us consider one example. Write a Python program to display 10 numbers using while loop. Consider a variable x and assign a value and the starting value is equals to 1 while x less than or equal to 10, because we want to display only 10 numbers, so that's why give the condition while x less than or equal to 10 and followed by print x, and the values are printed until the condition becomes false. It means at first the x value is 1 and it comes for while x less than or equal to 10, means x value is equals to 1, 1 less than or equals to 10 is true and 1 is printed. Again the x value got incremented and the x becomes 2, 2 is less than or equal to 10, true, and 2 is printed, and 2 got incremented and the x value changes to 3, 3 less than or equal to 10, true. Likewise, the numbers up to 10 are printed. And the second topic is pass statement. The pass statement is nothing but it is a null statement, but the Python interpreter ignore pass statement values. And the pass statement is generally used when a user doesn't know what statement to write. And the syntax is pass. The pass statement can be defined as an empty function, and the pass statement can be used in empty class. The pass statement can also be used in loop when user doesn't know what to write in the loop. Let us consider one example and 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 give the values through keyboard. A is equals to int of input of enter A. For that we follow separate syntax. B is equals to int of input of enter B. If A less than B, enter pass, else print B is less. While coming to the execution, and I'm entering A value is 25 and B value is 10, and it comes to if condition and A is less than B, true. So and it passes the block and comes to else block and prints B is less, and the value and B is less is printed, and B is less is printed. And the second one is break statement. Normally the break statement control the loop and transfer the execution to break immediately, and the syntax is break. Let us consider one example, and I am giving input through keyboard, so that's why we follow separate syntax. N is equals to int of input of enter number. I want to check for n numbers, so that's why I using for loop. for I in range of 1 comma n plus 1. Then I'm saying print I comma n is equals to column, and this and is a parameter which is used to print the output in a single line. And I'm saying if I equals to 5, break. Whenever I is equals to 5 and the for loop gets terminated and the output is executed up to 5, up to. And the third one is continuous statement. And continuous statement is nothing but it is used to execute in the loops, and it proceeds with the current iteration to the next iteration. And the syntax of continue is continue and pressing enter. Let us consider one example. And the program is to display odd numbers by using continuous statements. For that, I want to give input through keyboard, so that's why I am writing separate syntax called x is equals to int of input of enter number. I want to check for x numbers, so that's why I am using for loop for I in range of 1 comma x plus 1. Then I am saying if I mod 2 equals to 0, continue. Else print I, and the value of I gets incremented. While coming to the execution, I am entering the value of x is equals to 10. At first, the I value will be 1, and if 1 mod 2 equals to 0, continue. False, that's why it comes to else block. Else print I, and the value of 1 gets printed, and the I value got incremented, and it goes to for condition. For I in range of 1 comma 11, if 2 mod 2 equals to 0, then continue. And 2 mod 2 equals to 0, so that's why the if statement got terminated and it comes to else statement, and the value of 2 is not printed, and the 2 gets incremented to 3, and it goes to if condition. If 3 mod 2 equals to 0, continue. If 3 mod 2 equals to 0 is false, so that's why it comes to else statement and print I, and value of 3 is printed. Likewise, the values are printed up to the given input value. And thank you for watching my video.